Hello, welcome back again for the installation of the video on the installing and configuring Python and one of its editor. So in the previous video I just shown you how to install Visual Studio Code, IDE, and previously before installing the IDE I already installed Python, Python 3.7.0. So just for information, I just install it to the thing to the default folder. So let's say if you taken the Python setup, uh, so it's actually showing the modify, and instead, since it is already installed, it is showing like the modification and other stuff. So where just want to, for information, just showing you where I actually install it. So I actually install it in the C program files x86 Python 37 32. This is the folder where I actually install it. I'm not going to install it again because that might create some big problems. Not much problem, but sometimes I might change all the environmental settings and other stuff. So I'm just leaving it as it is. Probably I might need to set the environmental variable for the where it is actually installed, because if I put the set the environment variable, then you will be able to install, or you will be able to access it from anywhere. So if you want to see whether I already installed it or the environment variable is set, just go there. Yes, I'm just cancelling it. So if I actually install it, let's say install the environment variable, then if I go to command prompt, and if I type from the command prompt, let's say I'm just running it as administrator. If I try to run it from the command prompt, let's say type Python, so it should if the environment variable is set, then it should run like this. Okay, so I think to return to control, so I'm just putting it control set, so it's just exited. So from the command prompt, let's say Python, so if I add some code, something like print, so this is one int, this is one hello world code, this Python code to print hello world. So if I try to execute it, so it will display it as hello world. So since this is actually a interpreter, whatever command which we are actually giving in the Python console, it will automatically execute it here. So instead of that, we might be using a Python file .py file and putting all the commands like this, and it will automatically get executed, so in a sequence. So that's what we normally automation related applications are doing. So what we need to do is, we might be automating some application, something like, let's say I have my software like this here. So just launching it. I might be automating my test part of this application, testing part of this software, using this Python script and one of the standard libraries which is actually available in Python. So I might be running the .py file to automate the task, like open the file, backup data, something like that. So we'll be able to create a Python file, and we will be able to run it on the Python editor. So that's the way things are working, that which I will demonstrate it later. Okay, for the time being, just let me try to install the Python related components for the Visual Studio Code. Just extensions, we click on the extensions, then you just type Python. So you might be seeing a lot of Python related thing here. So just click on the Python, then you just install it. You try to install the Python extension, so that you will be able to run the Python code from this Visual Studio code. So debugging, so it is already, I think it is almost installed, Visual Studio Code to compile. So please reload Visual Studio Code to compile and complete the installation of this extension. Just click on the reload. So it is trying to reload everything. Python extension is already installed, installed in this. If you want, if you want, we can also add other things like C++. There might be a lot of other editors as well. See this, a lot of other editors. Let's say if you want, you can have a C sharp. C sharp also they have, the C sharp extension is also there. So if you want something like a Java, probably they might also have a editor for Java as well. So all these things, this is actually a really good editor for they might be planning to put it as an universal editor, so that it might be compatible for all the most of the languages. So what actually they are actually doing is, when these people are actually developing an extension, they might be highlighting the different type of syntaxes for each and every languages. That's what actually really doing. So let me try to compile a Python, create a Python file and compile the code. Let me just create a new file, then um, let me print, then hello world. Okay, so I just want to save it as, let me save it as a Python file. Okay, so what I will do is, I will go to the SVN, where I'm going to new projects, then local projects, then IT training, then the seminar, or seminars, overview was also introduction to Python. So I just put it here in that Python. So plain text dot py. So what you need to do is just use the dot py extension. So where is that? Star dot hello world, hmm? world dot py. Just try to save it. So moment, so I actually saved it as a Python file. Then I'm just trying to run the Python file, Python extension. Let me try to install that one as well. So just might take a bit time, I believe. How much is there? So many packages are there. No. I think everything is actually installed. Now just try to run. Let me try to. So let me try to CLS. So just let me try to run this code. Go. Just a minute. Debug. Start debugging. Start without debugging. Just let me try to run it. So it actually displayed the hello world. So this is as easy, it's as easy as simple. So when it try to install the Python extension, all it had done is actually search for the default location. Then it try to search for the default location of the Python where actually Python is installed. Then it configured everything. So the configuration and other stuff are actually right now is actually automatically taken care of. The previous version of the Visual Studio Code, all sort of things are not done with the automatic configuration. Now it actually configured it automatically as well. So if you want, you can even debug the code as well. So let me show you. So integer I equal to 0. So if you want, you can put a breakpoint, and you can start debugging as well. So start debugging, just put the debugging. So then if you want, yeah, so it can, so if you want to see the watch window, so let me debug, then step over, just put the F10. So what actually it is displayed, invalid syntax, or just put what like this, just put an I equal to 0, just assign it like this. Okay, yes. So if just start the debugger again, start debugging, then go to the next statement. It is started. Start debugging F5. F5, then just put the F10. Start debugging again, then put the F10. See the watch window, so they should come in the watch window. That's what I actually shown you. Anyway, I will go through it and I will get back to you. Okay, stop.